Hi everyone, this is a Peacemaker here, doing a video response to Vince Ventrella's topic of the week of female miniatures. The question was posed, did you want to see more female miniatures from GW? And because it was somewhat lacking in the past. And my answer is sure. I mean, it's always good. Would I be excited about it? Not really. Mainly because there's many other manufacturers have filled the gap so far. So I'm going to take a trip down Miniature Lane. See, back in the old days, late 1990s, early 2000s, GW had a pretty good range in 40k. Actually, I shouldn't say pretty good range. It was pretty much Dark Eldar. He had some pretty famous sculpts there. He had a bit of fantasy, and there's a couple of what is it? Anyway, there's a couple other sculpts I don't have from fantasy. A little bit in there. Eldar, and of course you got the Juan Diaz sculpts, the D-Minutes. Those are pretty good. I haven't painted them because I bought them because they were pretty cool, and I never painted them because my skill was never good enough. You know, my painting skill was roughly that's as good as I got before I went to fantasy, and I didn't want to do that to these awesome sculpts. You got Marathi. That's a newer Leith Hesperex. This was the more recent one. I converted that to Wood Elf. Pretty cool. Saw this online. Saw basically similar conversion like this online. Just copied it. Now, when I was playing 40k, I had Imperial Guard Army, and I read the fluff and I was quite into it. And I wanted, I was wondering, where's all the female Imperial Guard minis? Like they couldn't put one on each sprue or something. Like that would have been cool, like they did for the Eldar and the Dark Eldar. But they did. They had Schaefer's Last Chancers. These two here, the Rocket Girl and the other girl. And for the normal guardsmen, they had a Kachan grenade launcher girl, and they had Gaunt's Ghosts girl. Cool cape. This is also my extent of what's it called? Painting abilities. One coat does it all, eh? So, and then also you do a little more digging on the back pages of GW back then. They had the Necromunda. Some really cool sculpts here. Now the question of should they be bikini clad or not? Yes, they should be. They don't have to be, but it's always nice if they are. These ones were not, but I made them. I sculpted on bikinis. My first forays at green stuffing. I also their hair wasn't actually very cool. It was really like way 80s, so I actually sculpted on some hair on a lot of them. I think this chick was bald. She just had that little tuft at the top, which I thought looked pretty stupid. This one, hey, yeah, now I remember. Okay, yeah, there's some green stuff there, but it's black now. They were like all like biker, like gang chicks that were like half bald and stuff. I mean, if you're into that, that's cool, but I wasn't really. And also back then they had Blood Bowl. They had the Elf Cheerleaders, and there's also an infamous elf orc cheerleader. I wanted to get some Imperial Guards women, so this is my conversion way back. Cut off these ones had pom poms because they're cheerleaders, so I cut off the hands and I put a blade in there. There was a gun on the other hand. Those all fell off because the glue was awful and they're metal. Then I finally did a cool conversion. This one. Yeah. You got the blood on the hands there. Yeah. You got the old Bretonnian sculpts. Those are always pretty cool. I didn't get these until much later. That's Kislev Archer from GW. And GW's, they always had the Wood Elf range for quite a while too. Those were some good sculpts. You got the pole dancing Wood Elves. They all seem to have Well, they all pretty much have poles. So there's no denying it, GW. That's how it is. Back to the argument of Bikini Glad or clothing. These are the only three I've fully painted out of all my plastic miniatures. I mean, out of all my female miniatures, besides the the one base coat to rule them all. This is ones with highlighting. I honestly don't count models that don't at least have 2 highlights on them to be fully painted. If they just got like one base coat, this one I highlighted the cloak, but the rest is all just a base coat or base coloring, not a full coat. Anyway, this was the very first one I painted fully with highlights for female miniature. It was just too difficult to do the my painting skill. I wasn't sure. I actually had to do it for a tournament. So then I got my hand of these ones. They're some pretty good. So, yeah, those were always fun. It was nice painting variety instead of just guardsman after guardsman or space marine after space marine. You get kind of, I mean, that gets kind of boring after about 5 or 10 of them. So, especially after 10, you just don't want to do it anymore. And now we'll go on to the alternate sculpts. Now, my first foray, I really wanted to get. I went and looked on online back in 2010-ish. Found Reaper minis. This one's Avatars of War, but Reaper minis. These vampire ones are very popular. This one's really cool. Got the pumpkin lady. This one is actually worth googling if you really want to learn how to do some cool painting techniques. A lot of artists have done this one with. You do the see-through clothing. You can make it as translucent or as opaque as you want. But the first, I looked up how to do that, because I was trying to improve my painting techniques. I did the first step, which was base it all, get the base color of skin down, and you highlight the skin all normally, and you actually do it above the clothes, and then you glaze over top the clothing color, and you keep going for as much translucence as you want. Yeah. The Reaper vampire on headstone is what you Google, and there should be a bunch of cool sculpts there. And you got some bones minis in the back there. Pretty nice. You got a good old Calidia there. I haven't touched. This one I just got recently from Mantic. Not that actually great of a mini. This is one of the problems with metal minis, little spindly bits that as soon as they bump, they'll break right off. Even though I'm a fan of metal minis, I'm more a fan of these type of metal minis, the solid ones that don't have spindly bits. The most spindly bits you can have is a bit of a gun or something, right? And also from the Reaper range, I think all of these ones are. Oh, those two back there, these two cool looking ones, are Wolf Riders from Warmahards. Very expensive. I almost regret buying them. Sorta. We'll get back to that. These are the forest nymphs or something. Those are also nymphs. Those are cool to paint. I did like a cool glow effect. A little hard to see. I really enjoyed that. That was cool. Fun painting different effects. Yeah. And they had a really cool looking dryad. Way better than G-dubs at the time. See, most of these Reaper minis are 2010 or before, 2008, 2006. They came out with them, maybe a few earlier. So GW already had competition from way back, which is interesting to note. And recently we had some Orc minis. These ones are fun. Pretty cool looking. Orc wenches. Savage orc ladies. And this is also from Reaper one. Roasting a lady over. I think that's like cool Beastman. Use that for Beastman or something. And you got a lot of elves here. A lot of cool looking elf models. That's a really cool Harpy one. And now these ones are really cool. Those ones are from Avatars of War. Not this one. That one's a Reaper. But yeah, Avatars of War came out with this lady. Long time ago. Long time ago. And And then about anyway, I can't remember exactly when they came up, but they had it on their website for a while. And about 6 months after I got it, GW comes out with their Witch Elf. Now some guys like this because there's no clothing on the top. I didn't really care about that because then about a year later, Avatars of War comes out with this one and this one in the back with the dragon. That's really cool. And then they come out with this wicked assassin. Like that's a cool one. And there's that one too. And the Reaper Mini, they had this cool one. I'm in the same kit. We got some cool Corsair. Another one here. This is a mini I was going to have as like a BSB or something. Again, I was going to do the translucent on the skin. Because you can see a bit of the folds. It's all clothing there and everything. Big deal. Some old... Yeah, those are Bones minis. Reaper again. And I think this one's Reaper. Pretty sure it's Reaper. That's an amazing one. All metal. Big hunk of metal there. That's another Reaper one. That was a cool one. That compared for Marathi. Also, a lot of these weird sculpts, they didn't have good hair. That's one thing they got to get right. Got Avatars of War. They made these really awesome Dark Elf sculpts. Okay? Yeah, really awesome ones. And then they come out, they say, "Oh, we're gonna do Witch Elves." And the picture. Show the picture. Yeah, we got Witch Elves. I don't know why my phone's slowing down here. We got, oh, look at these Witch Elves. They look strikingly like GW ones. Why about that? Not too bad. I mean, this is a... wasn't good. Said there's problems with the spindly... it was like $25 or something. It was good. And yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. So, but you could pay more. Anyway, that's about all I have to say about the female minis. It's good to have lots of variety. I'll tell you that much. They can mix and match, and paint and sculpt, and it's all really good. Also left a bunch of cool comments over on Vince's video for this. Get a little in depth about history and all that. And just so you know, history does support lots of... It supports that female fight, because when you have a demon at your doorstep, fights. That's how it works in history. And anyway, hope you enjoy the show.